People, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Wow, wow, wow. What a beautiful weekend. Shouts out to my boy E. Let me let things load up. Amp, what's going on? People, what's going on? Make sure you support by purchasing the badge. We're gonna give some nice information today. Always giving you guys some gems. If you're on IG, if you support the movement, make sure you invest into a badge, which is only like $2, $3, right? $5, $10, all that good stuff. People, as you guys know, I'm a life coach. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an investor. I'm a guy teaching you guys how to create wealth through my experiences, through my mistakes. I'm always going to give you guys knowledge and education. Today is a beautiful morning. It was a great weekend. I really want to share some great information with you guys about life. I realize that I'm getting this question a lot. I'm going to talk about two different things this morning. One is a lot of people are concerned when it comes to this whole CashApp and Zelle payment and pretty much this video that's moving around saying that IRS is now holding you accountable. Shouts out to Ann for purchasing the badge. I want you guys to understand, okay? At the end of the day, this is nothing new, okay? It's nothing new to put yourself in a position to want more in life. It's nothing new to do what others aren't doing. And I'm gonna tell you where I'm going with this, people, because I want y'all to feel me on this. Some of us have this thing where we're always trying to be like everybody else. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be you. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to want to learn more in life. It's okay to want to be financially free in life. It's okay to want to elevate in life. Today, I want to talk about this first topic. Let's first talk about with this whole world of Zelle payments, Cash App, Venmo, what's going on? This post is moving around, is going viral. You're hearing that. You now have to record every single dollar that you make. People, I want us to understand, and this is no disrespect to anybody watching this live or that's gonna watch this video. This is not new. How the government works is every time you make money, the minute it touches your bank account, you have to pay taxes on that money. So now this video comes out, I forgot who created it. I think a young lady created it as if this is new information, people. At the end of the day, any money you make, the minute it hits your bank account, especially if it's a business account, every dollar has to be accounted for as long as it surpasses $500, okay, of income. And the reality is a lot of you are going to surpass that between Zelle payments, Cash App payments, and all that good stuff. So the reality is this, right? If you understand how the game works and you have a corporation, you should be able to reduce that tax burden no matter what. So this whole viral video of people getting scared, oh my God, all these Zelle and Cash App payments, I now got to record it on my taxes. It's not a big deal if you have a corporation. And the truth is, this is not new. This has been going on since I've been alive. At the end of the day, every dollar that hits your account has to be accounted for, especially when you're doing your taxes. But again, here's what's funny. A lot of you know you're not going to do it. Cool, if that's the case for your personal self. But here's my problem. You're sharing the video, bringing more attention to that video, which is crazy to me. You know, so my thing is, I think sometimes people forget IRS agents are regular people. They're regular people that's probably watching all the videos you're watching. So if you're continuously sharing a video that's continuously putting it in their face, they're going to put more emphasis on it. So my thing is this, you know what, I always want to tell you guys the honest truth about life. I'm not here to sugarcoat life. I'm always going to tell you guys how to financially win. People, in this world, if you start a business, the first thing you need to do is get a corporation. For two different reasons. The reason you need a corporation, preferably an LLC, limited liability corporation, and what type of corporation, you usually want to do a S Corp. For tax benefits and for protection. If you're starting a business, the first thing you want to do, go get a corporation. The type of corporation you need, there's several different types. You want to get what we call an LLC. And the type of LLC you want, an LLC just simply means limited liability corporation. It limits the liability on you. That's all. It limits the liability. The reality is there's two different types of LLCs. There's an S Corp and there's a C Corp. 90% of the time you want to become an S Corp. And you want to become an S Corp by simply going on after you form the corporation, go on irs.gov and download a form called a 2553, also known as an election form. It's a very simple 2-page, actually 3-page form. You just fill out the first 2 pages and you fax it or mail it back to IRS, because that form, what it does is when you form the corporation, if you don't elect to become an LLC, you're not going to be an LLC. You have to do that form within the first 90 days of forming your corporation. So now the reason I'm telling you guys is because the game of life is to have tax problems. But the game of life is to reduce how much taxes you pay to the government. That's also another game of life. You have to learn how to play the tax game. But the reality is, I don't want you guys, when you see this video that they're sharing and making it go viral, oh my God, I have to hold every dollar accountable, every Zelle payment, Venmo pay. At the end of the day, so what? The goal is for you to keep making money. But at the end of the day, if you have yourself structured right, it makes no difference. It's not going to really change your situation. You're going to see like, oh, okay. It's all good. At the end of the day, what the government always wants is for you to pay some type of taxes. The problem the government hates is when people are not paying any taxes. Or when people decide, well, look, I'm going to undercut their taxes on a way that doesn't even make sense. That's the problem that the government has. But at the end of the day, if you're making money, don't stop making money just because you're seeing videos like this. I want to say this because a lot of people tend to do this sometimes, especially when it comes to tax returns. Oh, I want to stop making a certain amount of money so I can get a fat tax return check. At the end of the day, that shouldn't be your goal, my personal opinion. My goal in life, my situation, I stopped getting tax returns when I was 18. I always owe. When you owe IRS, you know you're making money. There's going to be a point in your life, even if you're a W-2 worker, once you're making a certain amount of money, you do not get a tax return. Your goal is to pay taxes to the IRS, but the tax preparer's goal is to reduce how much taxes you pay. You should have a tax problem. That means you're making money. If you don't have a tax problem in any part of your life, obviously you're not making a lot of money. You think these multimillionaires are not paying taxes to the government? Did you guys hear Elon Musk, the guy who made Tesla, the guy behind SpaceX, the guy behind, of course, who sold PayPal, the guy behind Dodge, Elon, all that foolishness? People, at the end of the day, the guy's tax bill was $11 billion or $12 billion. He's paying the highest tax that any man that has ever been alive has ever paid. Do you guys understand? But he reduced his tax burden, first of all, having corporations. Second, by selling a lot of shares. Why do you think he put the tweet a couple weeks ago to say, look, guys, do you think I should share some of my stock that I currently own? Yes, he was going to sell no matter what, because it's a tax situation he's dealing with. Who's not going to say yes? Even if you said yes or no, let's say the whole world said no. He still would have sold the stocks, because at the end of the day, he's trying to reduce his tax burden. People, you got to understand, in this world, as you're making money, it's not always about having a tax return. As you're making money, it's okay to understand how to reduce how much taxes you pay. That should be your game. That should be what the tax preparer's job is. Life is okay to not get a tax return. Not everybody gets a tax return. Life is not always about, oh my God, I'm getting a $7,000 to $10,000 tax. I haven't gotten one. Many of my friends don't get tax returns. We owe. What that tells you, we make a lot of money. When you make a lot of money, you don't get a tax return. That's just the honest truth. You always owe. The goal is to reduce what you owe by having a proper corporation entity and having the right tax preparer. That's the game of life. I want to say this because we're in this world, social media. I get it. Some of us are not exposed to financial literacy. So people in this world are going to give you information as if it's new. People, at the end of the day, there was never a time in life when you were living that you didn't have to be held accountable for every dollar that went into your bank account. So that whole TikTok video that's going viral, that you have to pay taxes on every dollar you make, that's not new. That's common sense. And I say this because a lot of us are making it seem like it's new information. People, at the end of the day, my goal is always to educate you guys and give you guys valuable information. I know next thing I want to talk about, because I see a lot of people DMing me about this. Okay, what's going on with the stock market? Why is the stock market tanking so bad? What do you suggest? I'm getting a lot of different variances of information. People, make sure if you're on IG, you go definitely support the movement by supporting and investing and buying a badge. It's only $1, $2, $3. It's not going to help me. It's not going to save my life, but it's definitely going to go towards charity. People, I want you guys to understand. Let's talk about the stock market for a moment. We got to go 2-3 years back first to have you guys understand what's going on, to catch you guys back up. 3 years ago, the market was so volatile. Everybody was making money. Trump was president. The stock market was at its highest it's ever been in the last couple years. Impressive. Because we had a president that was all about business, that was all about making sure interest rates stay at a certain pace, that was not going to put quantitative easing, meaning dollars back into the economy, how they're doing right now. What do we have now? We have a Democratic president, a whole different situation. Who you voted for, that's not my concern. I just want to tell you what's going on with the stock market. Why is the stock market tanking? Why is the crypto market tanking badly? And how far can Bitcoin go down? The stock market is tanking for a lot of different reasons. Inflation. I talk about inflation a lot because a lot of you are asking what's going on with the stock market. I'm going to tell you. The stock market is taking for several reasons. One, inflation. When you put too many dollars into an economy and you have low supply and your purchasing power goes down, meaning it's taking you more dollars to buy the same thing, you have what we call inflation. Everything is inflated down to domestic products. Because a lot of us wanted what? Stimulus checks. A lot of us wanted PPP. A lot of us wanted SBA loans. You have what you wanted with low interest rates. Why is the economy hurting? With this, in addition to China's regulation, China's re-regulating a lot of things. That's hurting the stock market. Inflation is hurting the stock market. COVID is definitely hurting the stock market. Because why? A lot of people are not shopping at certain places. A lot of businesses that used to do certain things can't do certain things. A lot of companies are going out of business. Unemployment was ridiculous. The amount of people who needed unemployment, which was crazy to me. The state that ran out of unemployment, which is so crazy to me, was California. A state that, by theory, everybody has so much wealth that people like to make it seem like everybody in Cali is so wealthy. But the first state that ran out of unemployment was California. Which is so funny to me. What that tells me is there's a lot of people living above their means. Now a lot of people have migrated back. They're coming back to Miami. A lot of people from New York moved to Miami. Because why? A lot of people are moving to Florida because Florida is affordable to a certain degree, even though it's expensive. Florida has a lot of growth opportunities, even though it's expensive. Certain states like California, Las Vegas, with the double tax rates that they have, federal and state, at the end of the day, especially New York, a lot of you need to understand what you're doing. In this world right now, here's what's funny. You guys wanted a Democratic president. You got it. Now, a Democratic president is hurting the economy. The economy is hurting badly. Stock market is down because of COVID. Stock market is down because of supply issues. Stock market is down because of shipping issues. Stock market is down because of purchasing power. Stock market is down because of what we call quantitative easing, too many dollars in the economy. Stock market is down because of low interest rates. Stock market is down because of treasury bill. The yields are too high. This is what's hurting the market. And then what's happening is, remember, certain parts of the crypto is backed. It offsets by the dollar. So now the crypto market is tanking. Bitcoin was at $68,000. Okay? Bitcoin was at $68,000. Now Bitcoin is at $40,000, and it's not done yet. Bitcoin is not done tanking yet. And then remember, Bitcoin is the main crypto. So when it tanks, a lot of other cryptos tank. So you guys see Ethereum was at 4,800. Now Ethereum is at 3,000. You guys see what's going on with like Shiba. People, this is why I say never buy on the hype. Right now, I'm slowly buying crypto. I'm loving it. I'm slowly buying crypto. Give me 1 second. I'm not sure what happened. Why did my sound on IG always go out? 1 second. I don't know why my sound on IG always goes out. How do you go? Let me get back live. Let me get back live on IG. Let me let everybody load back up on IG. Am, can you hear me? Let me get a comment below. Make sure you guys can hear me. Everything is good. Make sure you comment below so I can know that you guys can hear me on IG. Oh, that's what happens. Okay, when a call or text come in. Wow. Let me get a confirmation that IG we're good, that you guys can hear me. Perfect. Good. All right. Today we're talking about a couple things. We first talked about this whole video that's going viral about TikTok. This whole TikTok video about CashApp and Zelle, you having to hold yourself accountable. The IRS is watching anything you made over $600. People, at the end of the day, we spoke about that. It's very simple. The IRS is always watching every dollar you make. You have to always hold yourself accountable for every dollar that hits your bank account. That's nothing new. Social media, sometimes I don't get it. I don't get where people are sourcing their information from as if it's new information. This has been going on since I've been alive. Every dollar you make, you always have to hold yourself accountable and put it on your tax return. Let's just be realistic. A lot of people just don't do it. That's just reality. Now we started talking about the stock market. Why is it down? Inflation, low interest rates, treasury yields are too high, China regulation, COVID. These are various reasons why the stock market is down and why the crypto market, which is moving consistently with it, is down. At the end of the day, here's what's funny about the crypto market too. A lot of people like to make it seem like, as they say, it's decentralized. This is why I say the crypto market is a funny market. Because if it's so decentralized, meaning there's no government in the middle, why are you moving as if there is government in the middle? Why is the crypto market tanking, but you're decentralized? You're not attached to the government. You're your own market, your own ecosystem. This is why I say this whole crypto market is real funny. Don't get me wrong. I do understand that the world that we're going into, it's happening. The crypto market is here to stay. I get that aspect. But there's a lot of questionable areas when it comes to the crypto market. I'm really concerned. But I see a comment before I continue. I'm not sure if any of those things have much to do with the current administration in terms of the economy hurting it. It was hurting on the Trump's way out for the same reason. Yeah, for sure. No, I'm against that statement. The administration has a lot to do with it. If you look up a term, Brandon, called quantitative easing, that's putting dollars back into the economy, which is supply issues. And that makes a big difference. When you quantitative ease, that simply means this. When you put money back into the economy, the supply of dollars go up, the value of dollars go down. And when you have low interest rates at the lowest it's ever been, just like how it is right now, it makes a big difference to the economy. I'm actually on the opposing side of what you just said. The administration that we have right now makes a big difference into what's going on in the economy. If Trump was president, I don't believe the economy would be where it's at right now. My personal opinion, I'm totally against what you just said. I am not a fan of the president we have right now. Everything he's doing to me, a lot of different components makes no sense. I think stimulus makes no sense. I think quantitative easing makes no sense at all. At the end of the day, there's different ways you could have situated the situation. That's just my personal opinion when it comes to the Democratic president we have today. And we could debate that on a lot of different aspects. We could also talk about the electoral votes. We could also talk about the interest rates. We could talk about yields, bond yields. He makes a big difference, him and Jerome Powell. It makes a big difference to the economy. At the end of the day, if we go back to Al Greenspan, if we go back to Ben Bernanke, we could go real in depth with it, Brandon. This is one of those, I will fight you to the end of it, because at the end of the day, the Democratic president we have makes a big difference to the economy right now while we're having the issues we're having. 100%. My opinion. Now, but shout out to my boy Brandon. That's my boy. Very educated brother. Brandon Freeney is well educated, and I know he's probably going to call me, and we're going to have to fight this one out. But at the end of the day, I'm willing to fight it out, because at the end of the day, no, don't get me wrong. Powell, I see you put another comment, Brandon. Jerome Powell, I can't say he didn't do the best job. He's doing a wonderful job to a certain degree. But right now, it's going to be a better job when he starts to increase interest rates and make money more expensive. Right now, the current position we're in life, the dollar is too cheap. And that's why home prices are where it's at. Okay? Home prices are where it's at because money is too affordable. And if Jerome Powell actually, with the Federal Open Market Committee, actually increase interest rates, We're going to reduce, it's going to naturally reduce home prices because money becomes unaffordable. People can't get mortgages the way they need to be able to afford a home. And I think right now that's very important to restabilize the market as in a whole economy on a macro level, because the honest truth is right now with low interest rates, it's really affecting the market. So I'm glad that they're increasing interest rates to make money unaffordable. And I'm hoping, again, everybody may not be with me. I'm hoping that the real estate market goes into a crash or goes into a pullback, because right now this real estate market is ridiculous. And I think with interest rates increasing, Jerome Powell is about to increase, I think, 3 times this year. I think we're going to be in a very good situation, my personal opinion. And I love I love good debates too, people. So if you ever have a comment, people, let's do it. I love good debates. I'm not always right. I'm man enough to admit it. But again, I do stand on what I speak on. So I'm not going to say something I can't speak on it. But I'm always going to admit if I'm wrong. But I love good debates. I think debates are healthy, and it's also good to see different people's perspectives. I see another comment. The CashApp rule is a part of the new act that Biden put out. Look, Mike, you see, here go Biden doing what Biden does, okay? Biden is trying to make sure after he done gave everybody stimulus checks, he wants to get every single corner of every dollar. So now he puts this whole thing, if you made over $500 in Zelle, Cash App, whatever the case may be, he now wants to make sure you add it on your tax. See, this is the type of shit I don't like about Democrats. This is why I don't like what they do. At the end of the day, if you're going to give a stimulus, you're going to give a stimulus. But don't come playing around trying to readjust or redact certain types of constitutions or laws because you put certain things in place to try to be this hero when you stepped in as a professional president, leader of the United States of America, which is crazy to me. Again, I don't want to go too much politics because I know people are going to take things personal. But again, as you can see, you could obviously see I'm not a fan of Biden. I am not a fan of the guy. I won't vote for him if his life depended on it. I would never vote for Biden. That's crazy. That's just my opinion. But we're not going to talk politics because some people are going to get personal. I know how politics get. It's just personal as it gets when it comes to religion. Okay, I love it. So here we go. Today we talked about this whole Biden Cash App rule that he puts in place. If you make over $600, he wants you to pay taxes. We also talked about a little bit about why is the stock market down, and then as we talk about why stock market is down due to, of course, quantitative easing, inflation, interest rates, politicians, supply issues. Oh my gosh, so many. It's China. There is so many reasons why the stock market is down, and it's not done. Treasury yields, treasury bonds. People, we got to also understand the crypto market is down now. Now, the crypto market is really funny to me. Like I said earlier, sorry for IG cutting out. The crypto market, by theory, is a world where they say that the government is not intervened in the middle. They're not intermediaries. But if that's the case, why is the crypto market tanking and there's no government in the middle? By theory, the crypto market has nothing to do with the government. But no matter what, I'm talking about this because crypto is such a funny world to me. And don't get me wrong, I'm invested into crypto. But it's such a funny world to me. To open up certain accounts with certain companies like Coinbase and certain companies, they want your social, they want a picture of you, you got to take a selfie, they want everything about you. But this is a deregulated, decentralized market. But why do you want so much of my information if we're so decentralized? That's why I say a lot of crypto, a big part of crypto is fluff, as in, when I say fluff, as in decentralized. This government is going to be on crypto like there's no tomorrow. You're going to be eventually getting taxed on every dollar that you make eventually. But right now, we're going to win for a little bit. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you, you're going to get taxed on every dollar in crypto. It's going to happen. Because these companies are not going to be able to function without the government saying, look, every dollar your establishment make, I need taxes. And when that happens to entities, these entities are going to roll it over to the consumer. That's exactly what they're going to do. I thought I'd share that. I see a couple comments. A lot of people are going to be disappointed this tax season. Those who look forward to tax, oh, for sure. A lot of people are going to be disappointed in tax season. I'm going to tell you why. Some of them took this child tax credit. Here go Mr. Biden again trying to play hero. Mr. Biden is trying to play hero again. He give people this credit. He advanced you a portion of what your dependents are worth. Now, when you do your taxes, you have to give it back. A lot of people didn't understand that was not free money. It's like you leveraged your tax return and now you got to give that money back. A lot of us need to understand the presidents you pick, the decisions you make every single day is really up to you. You guys need to understand how this game works. This child tax credit foolishness, how it works is simple. They gave you a certain amount per child every month for about 6 months last year. When you do your taxes, you need to report that due to Biden. And you need to make sure that it's reported, because if not, your return most likely will be very late because they want their money back. The same Biden that's putting a rule when it comes to CashApp payments over $600, he now wants to make sure you pay taxes on it. Congratulations. This is after he has given all this stimulus money, okay? Which, again, at the end of the day, that's your president. We're in a country, which is so funny to me, you could print money. We're in a country where it's nothing to print money. It's nothing to give a football player $50 million. It's nothing to give a basketball player $45 million. But it's something to give an economy for one time in their entire life, maybe $5,000 total for the year in stimulus payments. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because I can't wait to see how this government asks for that money back. You know, Brandon is right. Brandon said it's a credit. So it is free money. Right? Yeah, if you really, people understand, tax returns are going to be very short for some of you who get tax returns. I am Carla Haddon. What's going on? Carla, what's popping? Cuzzo, what's going on? Boozle Dam in the building, baby. I want you guys to understand, there's going to be a lot of tax returns that's very short. Because that child tax credit, that money you decided to take, they want it back. So for a lot of you that's getting these $5,000, $10,000 tax returns, normally, you're now going to be probably at $4,000. You're not going to be at $5,000 because they want their money back. And these stimuluses, I'm still a little curious. I'm going to watch the next 3 years because I remember, if I'm correct, I might be wrong. Obama or Clinton, they gave a stimulus one time, $600 or $300. And then a couple years later, they wanted the money back. I can't remember which president was it, but I remember there was a stimulus before where they gave you $300 or $600 and they wanted the money back a couple years later on your tax return. I want you guys to understand. This is why I don't want nothing from the government. I'm not interested. I don't give a damn what program they got going on. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad to see the money did help the less fortunate individuals. The money did help low poverty individuals. The money did help people get out of certain financial struggles that they were in. And I'm always going to say thank you for helping them. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you boss, you ain't helping me. I'm going to be honest with you. I come out here and get my bread by myself. Mr. Biden, you don't help me. I come out here and get my money by myself. But at the end of the day, I want you guys to understand. You got to look bigger than what's happening right now. You got to be, somebody said it was Clinton. I don't know. It was the end of Bush, the beginning of Obama. I'm not sure, but there was a stimulus one time. And I remember 3 years later, they asked for it back. Today's topic is about different areas we're talking about for people that's just tuning in on Facebook and IG right now. We talked about this whole $600 stimulus that you have to, $600, anything over $600 that you made in CashApp, you have to record. You have to record on your tax. We're talking about that, of course, this rule is redacted by Biden. We're talking about why is the economy down. We're talking about why is the stock market down and it's going to continuously go down. People, and I want to say this too, for a lot of you that's invested into the stock market, that's why they always say, do not put money in the market that you're not comfortable losing. Do not put money in the market that you need immediately. I have close to $1 million in that market. I'm down a lot of money. So if you think you're down, you could imagine how much money I'm down. But at the end of the day, I know I'm investing into the market. I'm very comfortable to hold for the next 2 to 5 years. That's why you never put money in the market you need right now. If you're in the stock market, your portfolio is down. If I could give you a suggestion, this is not financial advice. This is just for educational purposes. If you are in the stock market, and I could give you a suggestion if I were you, this is not financial advice, it's just educational purposes type of information. Do not sell. Control your emotion. If you can't control your emotion, just turn the goddamn app off. Because I know what a lot of you are doing. You're logging on to what apps? Robinhood, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, Trade Desk. You're on the Fidelity, E-Trade. You're on these platforms. You're logging in every day like something changed. This market is going to keep tanking. It's going to keep tanking, and it's not done. Now, some of you, what you're going to do is say, well, let me double down. Double down means I'm going to buy more of the same stock. The question is, when do you double down? When do you double down? Here's my rule. Somebody asked this question. I'm going to answer this question for that individual that DM'd me about this question. In the stock market, when do you suggest a person double down? Hypothetically, I'm going to tell you, I just doubled down on the stock last week. I was in the stock at $20 a share. The stock dropped to $6. That is more than 50% drop. I just doubled down on that stock. So if you buy a stock at $20, sorry. It drops to $6. Okay? 20 plus 6 divided by 2. My new average price is $13 a share. I'm averaging down. That's a term. I'm averaging down on the stock. People, you got to understand a part of investing into the market, a part of investing, period. Especially if you're in stocks or crypto. Preferably, I want to talk about stocks. That's what I mastered. You want to understand when a stock tanks badly, more than 50, I like to do 50 to 70%. If you have enough liquid capital, you want to buy more of those shares. Listen to me again. For some of you, it's very uncomfortable. Imagine being down. The stock that I'm currently talking about, I'm down 35,000. And what I did, I bought more. I'm down 35,000. I bought more. But here's the difference. I was at 20. I bought at 6. That's 26 divided by 2. So now, once the stocks reach 13, I could sell if I want. That's called averaging down. Dollar cost averaging. It's important that you guys understand how this game works. The market always goes up and down. The stock market, especially the crypto market. People, I want y'all to understand years ago when crypto had hit, let's say, I don't know, $15,000 or $22,000, crypto went all the way down to $3,000. For 2 years, you didn't even hear people talking about crypto. I remember going on Google. They said the search percentage of people searching for the word crypto has went down to less than 1%. Do you guys understand in the crypto market, this is just a warm up. Bitcoin could go down to $15,000. And what some of you are going to do is probably sell. For some of you, you don't understand the game of life is to buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. This is why I have a different way that I'm approaching the crypto market. I've been buying a lot of cheap crypto, but I didn't forget about Bitcoin and Ethereum. I have an Ethereum, but I didn't buy a lot of Ethereum, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm waiting for Ethereum to get to maybe like $1,000. I'm waiting for Bitcoin. I would love for Bitcoin to hit maybe 15,000, 12,000. I want numbers where some of you that's watching, you're uncomfortable. Like, oh my God, Bitcoin is at 12,000. Then I'm buying 2, 3, 4 Bitcoins right there. I'm going to just dump 50 racks right there and buy 2, 3 of them. Because why? I already know Bitcoin eventually going to hit 100,000. It's going to hit 100. But why buy Bitcoin at 68,000, what it was 2, 3 months ago, when you could buy it at 12,000, when you could buy it at 15,000, when you could buy it at 20,000? People, the game of life is always buy low, sell high. That's in real estate. You buy a house low, rehab it, sell it high. In the car industry, if you're selling cars, you buy a car low, sell it high. In the stock market, you buy stock low, sell it high. When you get more advanced, you do something called shorting. Buy high and sell it low, but that's too advanced. But that's the game of life. Buy low, sell high. A lot of land that I bought years ago, I bought low. If I wanted to sell, I'm selling high, but I don't want to sell. I'm holding land because I have a whole different vision with land. I'm calling companies now about this whole 3D printing with homes. I now want to learn how you build a 3D property on some of the land that I have, or am I even qualified to build a 3D piece of property on my land? Because if you build a regular home, this is just game I'm giving y'all. If you build a regular home on land, it might cost you roughly right now, let's say a 3-2 home, maybe 2,000 square feet, might cost you about $160. Easy. because it's based on square feet. But if you did a 3D home, that might cost you maybe $40,000, $50,000. But the question is, what land, what city, what rules and regulations give you the ability to build a 3D home? What company lets you build? I'm giving you a game right now. See, my mind, you got to be thinking so far ahead. By the time the regular community catch up, it's already too late. That's what this world has been doing to a lot of us. They're always ahead while we're so far behind. As you guys know, I'm going to be talking about most likely next week, the world of Airbnb and building tree houses on a regular piece of land that was worth nothing, and how these people are charging $250 to $1,000 a day. Now, you guys been hearing me talk a lot about 3D building 3D homes on land. Where is the land that you should be investing into? What's the permits? What's the licenses? What company lets you build? This is my homework right now. I don't have the answers yet, but that's what I'm working on. In this world, they say sometimes the more different you are, the more wealthy you're going to be. You got to be so far ahead. When you tell it to your friends, it's confusing to them. Like, man, what you talking about don't make no sense. Perfect. I'm glad you said that. In life, sometimes we don't understand. Today is not what you're focused on. You're focused on tomorrow. And before I close out, I want to have this last conversation. I know a lot of you want to know, let me just say this before I even have this last conversation. I know a lot of you are asking, what stocks do you recommend a person invest into when it comes to this market right now? If you're going to be investing into the stock market, you should be, if you're not invested. I'm not investing anymore. I am so heavily invested into this market. I would be looking at stocks that benefit off of high interest rates. And stocks that benefit off of high interest rates is going to be banks. I would also be looking at maybe Rocket Mortgages, which is ticker RKT. Because as interest rates go up, what companies benefit off of high interest rates? That's who you need to be focused on if you're an individual coming into this market. This is education, information, not financial advice. I want to say that. But also, if you're young, I would be looking at a 10-year stretch. I'm a big fan of EV stocks. I'm a big fan of 3D printing. Shout out to ticker DM. But again, I want to tell y'all something. If you're going to buy a 3D stock like DM, if you cannot hold 3 to 5 years, you're wasting your time. For young people, you're in your 20s, your 30s, electrical vehicle, autonomous vehicles, the software, the companies, Oculus. Do you understand? We're not just going into this world of the metaverse. We're here already. Shouts out to Ian on this topic. And I'm going to continue this topic. This will be my next live. And I'm going to give you guys an intro before I close out my last topic of discussion. I'm going to take a quick brief and talk about Oculus. The 3D, these 3D glasses going into this metaverse world. I want y'all to understand how far this world is about to go. Imagine you can now be at a basketball game, courtside seats, but you're in your living room. Think about me. Feel me on this one for a minute. I'm about to go deep into your minds. Imagine a person who is paralyzed. They can now feel that they're in Hawaii, even though they're in their living room when they put on these glasses. Imagine a parent that couldn't see their child in prison because they have a life sentence. Put these glasses on, the child, you can now play video games with your child for 1 hour. Do you guys understand where this whole Oculus 3D glasses world is about to go? I'm already feverish. Do you guys understand how your mind, I'm going to be doing a whole hour segment and trying to bring on a guest if I can to talk about this whole metaverse world, where it's about to go and where it's at. Shouts out to the princess of real estate. Appreciate the comment, people. We're soon going to look at life through a different spectrum. It's already happening. You're going to put on glasses. Imagine, people, listen to what I just said. You're in prison for life. You can't get out. You want to see your kids. You want to play video game with your kids. You put these glasses on, you will be playing video game with your child. Do you know what an inmate will give up, what he will sacrifice to wear these glasses? You are paralyzed. You want to feel like you're in Europe. You put these glasses on, you are officially in Europe. Do you understand where Oculus is going? People, I'm giving y'all, this is game I'm giving y'all. Nobody on social media talks about stuff like this. This is game. This is where my mind is. My mind is like a Kanye West, man. I'm telling you. I understand the guy. He makes sense to me. Because in life, when you want to win, your mind can't be for today. Your mind got to be for the next 10 years. We're going to have a live on Metaverse strictly in a couple days. Make sure if you're supporting the movement on IG, go ahead and purchase a badge, support the movement so I could donate that to wherever it goes. Support however much you want. You could always support the movement every single day of your life. It's a blessing. Last thing I want to talk about for our culture. And when I say our culture, I'm not talking black. I want to clarify that. Culture doesn't always mean black. I want to clarify that. For human beings who want to win. At the end of the day, I can't feel bad for people who constantly do not take life insurance serious. I can't feel bad for people who don't want to go on Google and YouTube and research what does estate planning mean, what is a will, what is a trust. In this world, the same way you can invest into understanding brand names, the same way you could invest into understanding to have a fancy car, the same way you could understand the importance of having life insurance for you and your family. I don't sell life insurance. I'm not here to sell you a company. At the end of the day, it's sad when people are passing away. And I got people calling my phone like, Bobby, I need help. I'm financially struggling. Somebody in my family has passed away. At the end of the day, people, what were you doing all your years of living? While you're alive as a culture, as human beings, as individuals, black, white, Spanish, no matter who you are, where you come from, you should have life insurance. Life insurance is not an expense. This is why I'm bringing a guest one of these days next week to come educate the community on life insurance, because this is starting to become embarrassing. You got insurance on your phone, you got insurance on your car, but you don't have insurance on your kids. You don't have insurance on yourself. Right now, this world is so confusing to me. We live in this world, we would put insurance on our cars. We would put insurance on our businesses, but we won't put insurance on our kids. We won't put insurance on our family. And then when individuals pass away, you ask yourself, why are you struggling? Why did you have to build a GoFundMe? If I passed away, my family would be multimillionaires because of what I structured already. I believe in life insurance. It's an investment. It is not an expense. It's an asset to your family. It's your asset to your estate. But I also want to talk, while I'm talking about estate planning, people, some of you go start businesses, go get into stocks, go get into real estate, go get into crypto. The only thing you don't do is get into protecting your assets. How do you have all these assets? If you die tomorrow, did you think about a will? A document that tells how these assets are going to be executed. Did you think about a trust? Who will control the trust? And there's no excuse anymore. Oh, I didn't know what that is. At the end of the day, there's Google and YouTube. There's no excuse. I don't like to play these games with people. Oh my God, I didn't know. No, you didn't care to know. There's a big difference. Because I ask myself sometimes, how did I get to a point, and I'm worth almost $2 million, and why are people still financially struggling? And I bleed, see, walk drive, have phones, have the same tools that they have, and they have the same tools that I have. And why am I at where I'm at? And why are some people still financially struggling? Other than the fact of you not having proper exposure to be financially free, why are you struggling in a country that is built for you to be financially free? You see, the problem is, right? You ask some of us about a Chanel purse, we can tell you everything about it. You ask some of us about some of these rappers and artists, we can tell you everything about it. Jay-Z, Beyonce, we could talk to you. See, here's the problem with some people. We could talk to you about, some people know so much about things that don't put money in their pocket. If they would put that same energy into things that do put money in their pocket, you'll be surprised how far you can go. Why is it that we take so much of our energy and put it into things that don't put money in our pocket? And then we struggle and make bad decisions. And then when somebody in your family pass away, did you have life insurance? No. Did you have a will? No. Did you have a trust? No. Do you know what a trust is? No. Do you know what a will is? No. Do you know what life insurance is? No. Do you know that it's a great investment? No. Do you know the reason why you're working 2-3 jobs right now is because your family didn't leave you a life insurance policy? When I talk to some of my wealthy clients, when you ask how much life insurance they have, 5 million, 10 million, easy. When I talk to my low income clients, when you ask how much life insurance you have, no, I don't need it. I'm good. I'm healthy. Okay. So you're healthy, so you don't need life insurance. Okay. I don't. Some people are going to be struggling for a long time. I'm telling you right now. This 2022, I was already very organic with my information, very blood raw, as some people say, very straightforward. Whatever term you want to use, I'm a straight shooter. But this year, I'm going hammer. There's not going to be any chilling when it comes to my content, because the truth hurts. And if some of us continuously lie to each other, which a lot of us do, friends love to lie to each other. You're going to be all right, girl. Just keep praying. No, you're not. Okay? Just keep praying. You're going to be all right, girl. That's a lie. Praying without application gets you nowhere. The reason why a lot of us are still financially struggling right now, because we love to be lied to. We love to be lied to. Danny Brown from Vegas. Shouts out to Danny. He's actually going to be on one of my lives soon. I'm going to be interviewing Danny. Danny Brown from Las Vegas is in the motherfucking building. Danny Brown says life insurance, 401k trust, assets, all majority. We do this for the family people. Bobby is spitting facts. Shouts out to Danny Brown. Successful brother from Las Vegas, owns a transportation company, a brokerage transportation company, Dispatch. Doing very good for himself and his family. He understands the importance of life insurance. Good morning, Stephanie. What's going on? Today, I just wanted to really shake things up and really get us in the right mindset. We talked about crypto. Why is that market down? We talked about the stock market. Why is that down? We talked about the importance of having life insurance. We talked about GoFundMe's. You shouldn't even have that app if it is an app. People, if you're struggling in the United States of America, that is embarrassing. Embarrassing. If you haven't heard it anywhere else, you're going to hear it today. There are some people that's been struggling for the last 10 years. No matter which president there was, you were struggling. So obviously the president is not fixing your problems. Obama was president, you're struggling. Trump was president, you're struggling. Biden is president, you still struggling. What does that tell you about your life? Something has to change. Something has to change. Something has to change. I love what Mike the advisor just chimed in. He says, financial planning is key, is the key foundation. He also said that there's people planning to retire at 55. You know why a lot of people like to retire at 55? Because this world programmed at 55 and 59 and a half baloney in your head. In order for you to retire, you need to retire at 59 and a half. Why can't you retire at 45? Why can't you retire at 43? Why can't you retire at 40? How are you going to retire? Do you guys ever think about that? How do you retire? Some of you right now, you're making $60,000 a year. When you can't work no more, your body's shaking. How do you retire? How do you retire? When you can't work, you can't stand. Your body is not physically, because as you get older, your body changes. No matter how much vegetables you eat, as you get older, your body get a change. You can eat all the vegetables you want. You're gonna get old. See, I'm very black and white. I don't do the gray area thing. At 60 years old, your body's not the same compared to being 30. Bottom line facts. You can eat all the vegetables. You can go do Botox all night long. Your body's gonna change. You're getting older. You're old. The question is, what's your retirement? I love when I hear people say this. I'm just hustling. Okay, I like that. I like people that hustle. But at 55, I hope you're still not saying I'm just hustling. I hope you got some passive income coming in, because at 55, your hustling skills is not going to be valuable anymore, especially when we talk about the world of Oculus, this metaverse world. Your life is about to change, and some of our kids are about to enjoy that. Oh, man, I hope my audio don't go out. IG, is my audio out? Is my audio out? Can I get a comment below on IG? I just want to make sure. Is my audio out? Because I think when I get a call, my audio just naturally goes out from what somebody told me. I hope the audio is not out on IG. I guess my audio is out on IG. Can I get a comment below on IG? Is my audio out? Let me see. Fuck. Oh, damn. Guys, I love y'all. I'm going to have to get off because the minute I get a call, my audio goes out on IG. Love you all. Thank you for a moment. Thank you for listening and tuning in. May God bless you all. I hope my videos do inspire other people to be great. I hope it readjusts your mindset on politics, on investing, life insurance, wills, trusts, and many other derivatives. Kevin was popping, baby. Kevin in the building. I love you all. I want you guys to know at the end of the day, my goal is always to teach you how to financially be free. You know, at the end of the day, you know, I never in my life thought, you know, to want to make it without helping other people. That's just something you gotta want to do in life. But at the end of the day, I love all of you. I want you guys to keep winning, keep investing, keep learning. I got a lot of great content and a lot of great lives I'm going to be presenting with new content that's very different for some of you, like the Airbnb Treehouse. I'm going to be talking about this whole metaverse and Oculus glasses. How do I feel about it? Why do I feel it's the future? And why do I think a lot of you should definitely start to understand that world very clearly? I'm going to be talking a lot more about 3D printing because I'm learning a lot more about the world of building homes 3D. I am researching every night in that particular area, a lot of information. And I can't wait to one day do my first 3D home. That's going to be an amazing accomplishment to myself when I could do that. I want you guys to always thank the man above if you're a believer. Love yourself. Understand, without him, there's no me. Mentourme.com. Thank you, everybody.